Hello, everyone. This is Julia from Divinely Guided Healings. You know, one of the most helpful practices that I incorporated in my everyday living to help me from the constraints of the ego mind is to bring myself into this now as much as possible. And I, with practice, can say that I live most of my life, except for a few times when the ego gets a hold of me, but I really truly do live most of my life living fully in the now. And the important thing about this is, quite frankly, it's all we have. So all we have is this now. And it is sort of sad to think of all the people, and I was definitely a part of this group as well, that spent so much of their lives living outside of the now, which to me, now knowing better, is not living at all. So we have this amazing life to experience, and if you can just view this life as this journey, without putting good and bad labels on everything that we tend to do. I feel that when you bring yourself into the now, it's easier to do so. But if you can just kind of ease up on saying this is good, this is bad, what I did was good, what I did was bad, and just see it as choices that were made, take away that energy so much, that just charges it so much, you're going to see great changes in your life. But I do have to say that you really can't start the journey to having a fantastic, amazing life without first bringing yourself to the now. And we do that with our breath, right? So breathing really is allowing us to be aware of our now. So just being aware of your breath brings you to this now. And when you're in this now, if you stay there in this now, all that there is, without getting pulled into your mind of what the future holds or the sorrows of the past, if you can just be in the now and be really fully present in this gift, you will find that everything just kind of relaxes, and there's a peace that overcomes you, and there's a vibration inside your body that rises, and you start to tingle, and you start to think, oh my, you're so aware of the now that you actually think you're dreaming because you've spent your time in other places, so to speak. The stories or nightmares sometimes that the mind tells you that you haven't really lived fully in the now. A good example of when you're fully in the now is when something amazing happens in your life, right? So when you witness the birth of your child, that really fills you with this energy of the now. It really brings you into the now. So that's a good example. And it's full, it feels light, right? It feels amazing. Your energy is buzzing. All is well, right? All is well. When you bring yourself into the now, all is well. And if you can live your life being in the now and realize all is well, because you have this breath, and all is well, then life starts to kind of even out. In other words, the currents start to become calm. The waters become still. And there's a reflection. Everything that comes, you have a moment to really feel it because you're in the now before you respond. But before, when something happens, there's a bump in the road, you go right into reactive mode, right? But if you're fully in the now, you'll notice it's like time still stands still. And you're able to take it in and really kind of breathe into it a little before making a response. And that's very important, because when you're not just responding out of fear and anger because you're trapped into your thoughts and you're not fully in the now. So you're going to, if something, there's a bump in the road and you're already pulled away by the mind, worrying about something, then your response will match where your mind was. But if you're in the now and you're grateful and you have this breath that you're aware of and you're realizing you're here and all is well, you're here and all is well, when something comes, it really ends up not being anything that's really going to ruffle your feathers too much. You can process it. You can process it and respond accordingly. So the waters really do remain quite calm. But if you're in your mind and there's a bump in the road, then, the waters become agitated even more. So a really, really huge, huge shift happened in my life when I decided to live in the now. And there's so much more about this that I can go on and on about the miracle of the now. And it is a miracle. Miracles reside in the now. It resides only in the now. So if you're saying when A, B, C, D happens, then this will happen, I am here to tell you that no, it's going to happen now when you bring yourself into this now. And, we always get caught up on a timeline of past, present, and future, when really the timeline it doesn't really exist. The only thing that exists on that timeline is the dot, right? The dot on that timeline is where you are now. There is really no line, right? And the only type of line you should be really focusing on is the line up and down, meaning vibrational. You should focus on your vibration level. How high are you? In other words, how aligned are you in love? When I say high, I mean your vibration. It will rise higher and higher the more you become aware of the now, until you reach a level of unconditional love. And that is where you're from. And that what feels the best to you, what resonates deeply to you, what feels euphoric to you, because it is home. Love is home, and love is not a destination. It's a vibration. And heaven is not a destination. It's a vibration. And God is with you always. And you just have to align yourself to your truth so you can feel His presence with you. You are an extension of God. You are God light. You are God light, having a human experience. And the quicker you get into the now, the sooner you'll realize that life is magical. But yes, so much awaits you in the now. So I invite you to come join me in the now. That's the beautiful thing too, just in closing here really quick, is that when you fully align yourself to the now, the most beautiful, I love this so much. And when you feel it, you're going to really know what I mean here. You feel the presence of everyone with you. Everyone. Every animal, every plant, every flower, every tree, every blade of grass, every bird, every animal, every insect, the ocean, all the creatures in the ocean. It's quite spectacular. So it's okay if you don't feel that intense energy of everything in the now right away. But if you practice it all the time, like as much as you can, you're going to start to feel this energy with you, like, oh, I'm not alone. No, you are never alone. We are all in this together. And the more you practice bringing yourself to the now, the more you realize that you aren't alone, and you have a slew of we are here for you on this journey. We are here for you. You are not alone. We're all holding your hand. And when you bring yourself to the now, you feel us, your brothers and sisters here on this journey with you. Okay, all my love to you, and I hope you enjoy this journey, and I'm so happy to be on it with you. All my love.